Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell. You get all updates. You'll get all the updates. That is several words, not just one mashed together word. This is a Hop Butcher for the World beer, courtesy of Jeremiah from Hop Butcher for the World. So thank you so much for sending it. It's called a Digital Frontier. It's a Citra Mosaic hopped triple India Pale Ale, 10.5% ABV. And as always, Dan Jetsa is just crushing it with the can work, the can art. Um, it has, I mean, just look at the color. It looks like your New England. Oh my goodness, New Mexico, Arizona area colors. How he's dressed, and then you see like the cell phone. Just very cool, very cool. Um, like old school. Like I mean, it's so big. It's like the Zach Morris phone. um, let's see. Their tasting notes: fresh citrus, light resin, exotic tropical. I mean, you tell me it's got Citra Mosaic in it, I'm not surprised, by these tasting notes. I think Mosaic, I think berry, like a lot of people. But other than that, that's kind of what I'm going into, the beer thinking it's going to taste like. Let's find out. Proper glassware. Things taste better in proper glassware. All right. I forgot that I kind of like filming up here sometimes because I have the computer and I can actually like see what the thing looks like versus my basement where it's just my camera and I have no idea what's in the background, what it looks like, etc., etc. Things are in frame, wasting time as I try to get some of those bubbles off the side of the glass. It's pretty darn orange, like burnt orange. What you're seeing is the head. Let me see if I can get. Yeah, the head's a little bit more yellow in real life. The way the lighting is, it makes it look a little whiter. Actually, if you can see, like on the edges of the glass on both sides here, that's pretty spot on, but it's a little lighter up here because of the light. Small bubbles, definitely like teeny bubbles, than just regular small bubbles. It's a little less than a finger ahead. It probably was a finger ahead at the time. Yeah, you're seeing legs and a little bit of lacing. I mean, it looks like a double IPA, but then when you see the legs on there, then you know it's a higher ABV beer. So, yeah, beautiful. Love this glass. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Let's get into the aroma. Hmm. It's like candied orange peel. That is interesting. Okay. That is really interesting. It's been it because when I think of candied orange peel, it kicks out very West Coasty vibes. Of course, light resin. Okay, so sorry, I was like, oh wait, doesn't that say something that's kind of like reminiscent of old school West Coast IPAs? And resin is part of that, but that's not what I'm getting. It's like it's like you took the orange peel and then you boil it in that sugar water and then you kind of infuse it and make candied orange peel. I get a little concentrated orange juice, like the old school frozen concentrate, and then I get generic tropical. And I'm thinking when they say exotic tropical, it's the same thing I'm saying with generic tropical, where it's like kind of hard for me to say, oh, it's this and this and this. Little mango pineapple-y thing happening, but it's a little hard to pull out. And it definitely you smell a little bit of that heat, so you can tell it's a bigger beer. Which, if you don't know much about me and triple IPAs, they're very hit or miss for me. I don't want alcohol taste at all in it, unlike a stout or like even like maybe a barley wine or a quad. Those styles don't bother me. There's a little bit of alcohol, but for these juicy IPAs, I don't want to taste alcohol, so I'm a little nervous. Let's see. Cheers. All right, good. So I'm not getting the taste. And yeah, so a little bit in the aroma, good or bad. Okay. If I had to pick where to get the alcohol, it would be in the aroma, not in the taste. Not getting the taste, not getting in the aftertaste, so that's a plus. That's awesome. I'm glad that I said the candied orange peel in the aroma because it has a sweet zestiness in the taste, and that just translates beautifully, like from aroma to taste. A little bit of orange juice specifically. And with Citra, I'm not surprised. And actually, okay, so let me just go through what the can says and what I'm agreeing with. I do, just like the aroma, get a generic tropical fruit thing. Again, they're saying exotic tropical. I think we're describing the same thing with pretty similar terminology. Excuse me. Like the aroma, and I'm really surprised given the two hops that are in this. I'm getting a little bit of pineapple. I mean, like a little bit of pineapple. I don't, not even like in a Vic Secret kicks out a little bit of pineapple, like even less than that. But in terms of it being pretty generic tropical fruits, that's at least one where I'm kind of like, oh, it's reminding me of that. Kiss of mango. It's light syrupy, and with that orange taste in there, it's been a while since I've done it, but I used to get more often like canned mandarins. I almost said Mandalorian. Big Star Wars fan, but so is Jeremiah. So there you go, Jeremiah. There's a little Star Wars reference. um, it's kind of like if they're in syrup. Now I would typically get them in juice, but like I remember way back when I would just get them in syrup. It has a little bit of that kind of a thing, which makes perfect sense given the higher ABV. It's going to be probably a little bit more syrupy. It has that citra. It's kicking out some citrus, specifically orange. So when you combine the syrup, that orange taste, it is like that out of the can, which is interesting. I keep going back looking for the berry. Well, I'm going back too because actually this is really good, but yeah, they didn't put berry. I said it, and you tell me a beer's got mosaic in it, I'm gonna kind of think I'm gonna get some berry. I read your description, you don't mention berry. I'm like, well, that's kind of weird because you have mosaic in it. And everyone knows mosaic kicks out berry. Then I drink the beer, and I'm not getting a lot of berry. Slight vanilla taste. Not enough to make it drink like a creamsicle, though. Has a nice mouthfeel. It's like, it kind of reminds me, it's a mix of their 7.5% double IPAs. It's a mix of that mouthfeel with the syrupy from the can with the mandarins. It's like the mouthfeel is, if you combine those two things essentially, because you're getting about half of each in there. As I'm drinking more, I'm still not tasting alcohol, but I think my breath has some alcohol on it. So I'm really glad because again, it's my biggest reason. It is the reason, not even the biggest. It's the reason I don't seek out a lot of triple IPAs when I go to the store or to a brewery, is because I know it's going to be hit or miss if it's going to have an alcohol taste, and I don't want that. So I'm really happy that despite me getting some of that in the aroma, I'm not getting the taste or the aftertaste. And at least at this point in the drinking experience, the amount that I'm like breathing out is not, I think it kind of glitched when I did that, or like, it made it look like I did it even slower than I actually did. Anyway, what was I saying? I just totally lost my. Maybe it's not good that I can see myself behind the camera because I'm like distracting myself. I look pretty good today. Yeah, I gotta shave. Yeah, it's going along. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forget what I was saying. I'm sure it was very profound, and you were hanging on every word of it. Yeah, as far as triple IPAs go, and me not being a huge fan of the style, being very hit or miss for me, I'm gonna say this is in the hit side of things. It's not the best triple IPA I've ever had, but it is in like the winner versus a loser category. I would gladly drink this again. I put it that way. If I saw it like if I was at a bar, they did flights, I would gladly put this, toward, maybe the last beer of my flight, since it's a little higher alcohol. So I would get this again for what that's worth, but it's also certainly not the best I've had from them or other breweries doing triple IPAs. But yeah, I don't know if this is a new beer for them or if they've brewed it before or not. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, I like it. I think I said enough about it. Thanks again, Jeremiah, for sending it. Thank you guys for watching. I always appreciate it. Check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.